Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and having a great day so far. If you're new here, hi, I'm Emma and I love to read. It's the end of the month, which means it's time to film my September TBR, one of my very favourite videos to film, and I know that it's one of your favourites to watch. But before we get into that, let's take a quick look back at my August TBR. So I've managed to read 9 out of the 10 books, which I'm really pleased about. I'm currently reading A Court This Cruel and Lovely, but we have a few days left of August as I'm filming this, so I'm pretty confident that is going to be done by the end of the month. The only one that I've not managed to get to is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. It's been on my TBR for the last couple of months and I just haven't felt like I've wanted to pick it up yet. I still want to read it and I'm sure when I do I'm going to really enjoy it. I've had a few recommendations to read this series, but I just feel like I want to sit down and read the full trilogy back to back, and book 2 and book 3 are pretty chunky. So I want to set some real time aside to be able to do that and enjoy the series as a whole. But being totally honest, I think there's a couple of other series that I want to prioritise over this one, so I'm going to shelve it for now and maybe circle back to it in a couple of months. There's a couple of new releases that I want to add to my TBR in September and I've pre-ordered both of them. The first is Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This is book 4 in the Rosehill series. Now I have read the first 3 of the series in August and I've really enjoyed all of these books, so I am dying to pick this one up and find out what happens. Both of these characters we've met very, very briefly in previous books. So Sebastian, or Bash as we know him as, is a member of Weston's bowling team, and our female character, I want to say her name is Grace, but my mind has just gone completely blank, so I might be talking complete crap there. She was Reese's yoga instructor. So as individual characters, we don't really know anything about them or their backstory. Towards the end of this book, they do sort of cross paths and it's obvious to everybody else in the friendship group that they know each other from previous. And there is a bit of a sort of awkward atmosphere there. So we're going to find out a lot more in book 4. Tropes wise, it's actually age gap and ex-boyfriend's dad, which I don't think Elsie Silver has done the ex-boyfriend's dad trope before. So I'm excited to see her take on it. It is a trope when done well, I've really enjoyed. So Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, fantastic book. And I've also recently read Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose. This was another ex-boyfriend's dad trope that was done very, very well. So yeah, really excited for this book. That is definitely one I'm adding to the TBR. We also have Saving the Rain by Elliot Rose releasing this month, and this is book 4 in the Crimson Ridge series. If you've not read any of the Crimson Ridge books before, it's small town cowboy romance, but it's very spicy. It's usually age gap and forbidden romance, so a lot spicier, I would say, than some of the more fluffy small town romance series that you might have read before. I don't think that this one is going to be age gap though. It's certainly forbidden romance, it's stepbrother, and it's also the first romance in the series. The main character, Case Wilder, we actually met in book 1, Saving the Wild. He is the ex-boyfriend, and to be honest, when we first met him we thought he was a bit of a dick. But over the last few books he's certainly grown up, and the character development, it's endeared him to us over the last few books. So I think now we're going to want to root for him and his happiness. But yeah, really excited to read that one as well. So those are going to be 2 books that I'm adding to my TBR straight away. There's a couple of other new releases in September that I am super excited about, but I won't be reading them just yet. The first being The Primal of Blood and Bone by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this is book 6 in the From Blood and Ash series, and if you've watched any of my videos before, I have definitely raved about this series. It's one of my favourite fantasy series that I've ever read. And for that reason, I want to reread From Blood and Ash from the very start, and also reread the the prequel series, which is Flesh and Fire. Absolutely fantastic books, because I just want to make sure that I've not forgotten anything. I want to get the full experience of the new book, and just really enjoy it. So yeah, I will start rereading all of those. I think there's going to be 9 books in total that I need to reread before I then pick up the new novel. So yeah, that's going to take a bit of time, but I'm in no rush. I'm going to savour every moment and, as I said, just really enjoy it. The second is Fearful by Lauren Roberts. This is part of the Powerless universe, and I think it's the novella which follows on from the Fearful book that she released this year. I think Fearful might be book 3 in the series. So in total there's 3 books and 2 novellas, and I do want to read this again from start to finish so I get the full experience, and that's the only reason that I won't be reading it straight away. I have pre-ordered it, so it will be arriving anytime now, but I just don't know when I'm going to get round to starting that series yet. If you've not seen any of my TBR videos before, all of my books are wrapped up and numbered on this cart, and I have the corresponding numbers here in my trusty TBR jar. So what we're going to do is just draw out a few at random and obviously pick the corresponding book off the shelf. I've added some new books to the cart this month. Most of them are the next book in the series that I'm reading, but there are a couple of new standalones on there as well. I normally pick out 10 books to read on my TBR each month. 10 for me is a nice balance where I can start working through my TBR, but it also gives me the opportunity to mood read in the month as well. So I think today, as we've already added Wildcard and Saving the Rain to my TBR, I'm going to be picking another 8 books today. So let's get started. Isn't that noise so satisfying? I don't even know why, but it just is. So let's dive in and pick out the first book. Oh, and I've accidentally pulled out 2, so I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment. And the first is number 54. I think that will be on the back of the cart. Yes, it is. So this one straight away is a pretty chunky book. I do have an idea of what this is going to be. Oh no, it isn't what I thought. I was thinking that it was going to be Hunting Adeline, but actually it's City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. So I have read this book. It's been probably a year ago now, and because there's been a new book in the series released recently, I think book 4 has not long come out, but I read this book and I didn't continue with book 2 and book 3, so I can't remember the sort of ins and outs of what's happened. I wanted to do a reread, and actually picking up this series during autumn is going to be fantastic timing because I do crave that sort of fantasy series at this time of year. So super happy to get this on the TBR, even though it is a big one. I mean, how many pages is there? There's about 725 pages in here, but I am looking forward to it, and I know that a lot of other booktubers recommend this series, and some of them have very similar taste to me, so I'm pretty confident I'm going to enjoy it. So circling back to that other one that fell out, it's number 59, which again is on the back. Okay, so this one is a thinner book, which, you know, is good. I want to have a mix of sizes because obviously if they're really chunky, they're going to take a lot longer to read. So this one for sure is a lot slimmer. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Did I not just say that I crave fantasy series at this time of year? And this one is Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. It's been on my TBR for a while. It's not a completed series currently. I think books 1 to 3 are out, and I don't think we've yet got a date for the 4th book. But so many people adore this series, and I got a really beautiful edition. So it's got these gorgeous sprayed edges. Cannot wait to pick this up. I am really excited to read this one. Back into the jar to pick the 3rd book. Hopefully I've only got one this time. And we've got book number 19. Here we go. So another one which is not too thick, which is what we like. So you can see it before me. Okay, Assistant to the Villain, another fantasy, and I have been looking forward to reading this one. I have book 2 on my shelf already, and I believe that book 3 came out in August, so I could do a reading vlog reading all 3 of these and get that full series experience. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you be interested in seeing like a vlog with this series? Let me know in the comments. But I am looking forward to reading this. I think it's going to be quite different to anything that I've read before. I'm going in pretty blind. I don't know too much about it. Obviously, somebody's getting a job as an assistant to the villain, you know, that's in the title. It's a bit like Snakes on a Plane, you know, it's pretty literal, I guess. But yeah, I don't want to know any more than that. I'm just going to, you know, experience it as I read it. So, 4th pick. Oh, I've chosen 2 again, so I'm going to, I'll show you both of them actually, so you can see the number. So we've got number 5 and number 33. Number 5. Oh, okay. I think I know what this is. I think it is the Crash by Freedom McFadden. Yes, so I've not read anything by Frida McFadden before. I know that she is extremely popular. She's got so many books out now and so many people rave about her writing. So this will be my first Frida McFadden novel, and I do enjoy a thriller from time to time. So yeah, I'm happy to have this on my TBR, and it's also going to, you know, break it up for me a little bit from reading the fantasy that I obviously love and enjoy, but it's also nice to mix it up a bit as well. So that was number 5, circling back to number 33. Here we go. I'll turn it around so you can see it. Oh, I have been looking forward to reading this. So The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This, I think, is going to be the perfect time of year. Maybe I'm going to read this towards the end of September just to get into that spooky vibe. I think this is going to be sort of a witchy, fantasy, cosy read. I don't know anything about this book, but I know that a lot of people have enjoyed it. I'm intentionally not reading too much because sometimes the synopsis at the back, it does give away a lot of what happens during the book, and I do like to be surprised and just, you know, immerse myself into the book. So yeah, really happy to have this on my TBR. I think it's come at the right time, and again, it's not too long of a read either. So I've got a couple that are going to take me a bit longer, and a few short ones which I can sort of blast through in a day or two, which is great. Book number 6. Hopefully, I'll just mess with it. Hopefully that's just one on its own. And we have book number 66. Number 66, so again, not too thick. It feels like a paperback for sure. I have no idea what any of these are. Oh, okay, so this is The Searcher by Tana French. This has been on my bookshelf for so many years now. I think I bought it, either bought myself or bought as a gift. It was part of a Richard and Judy book club bundle from WH Smith's, and I must have had this on my bookshelf for quite a few years now. So yeah, another thriller. Don't know anything about this story, but I tend to find that book club picks have some really, really great hidden gems, books that I wouldn't have necessarily picked up myself. So yeah, excited to give this a try. I've not read anything by this author before, and yeah, good to have another thriller on the TBR. Book number 7 now. So I'm going to do that finger wiggle again. Hopefully I've just got one. Book number 21. Okay, so this one, it does feel a bit thicker, and normally the longer books for me on my bookshelf tend to be fantasy novels, but I really have no clue at all what this is. Oh, I know what this is now because of the sprayed edge. This was actually a Waterstones special edition. This has been out, if you hadn't already seen, it's Heavenly Bodies. This book has been so popular on booktube. I think it was out in hardback, I want to say at the back end of last year, and it's had so many people raving about it. I think book 2 is coming out in December, but again in the hardback format. So I'll probably wait if I can and try and get, you know, another paperback version with like a matching sprayed edge. But I'm so excited to pick this up. I honestly don't know too much about this other than it's a romantasy series, but I'm very excited to read it because I know how hyped up it has been. That can always be, you know, a bit of a risk, to be honest, because sometimes when you read something after it's been hyped up so much, you go into it with your expectation up here, and sometimes it doesn't always live up to the hype, which can be disappointing, but something just tells me that it's not going to be the case with this one, and I'm going to absolutely love this book. And the last pick for the video, okay, I think we've just got one, is number 49, which is on the back. Okay, so this is definitely a hardback, number 49. Definitely a hardback, I'm not sure what it is. Some of these books I've wrapped up quite a few months ago. The Maid. So again, this is another book that has been on my bookshelf for quite a few years now. I want to say about 3-4 years ago. It was really, really hyped up at the time, and I think it was probably watching BookTok and BookTube reviews that influenced me to buy this in the first place. I want to say that there are sequels to this book now. There might possibly be, but yeah, I'm excited to pick this up. I don't know why I never sort of picked it up at the time. I very much intended to read it when I bought it, but for whatever reason it got put on the bookshelf. I was distracted by other things. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm now going to take the time to get this read, because it's probably a hidden gem. I've probably been sitting on such a good book all these years, and now, you know, I'm sort of getting round to reading it. Quickly recapping on all of the books on my September TBR then, we have Wild Card, Saving the Rain, City of Gods and Monsters, Spark of the Everflame, Assistant to the Villain, The Crash, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, The Searcher, Heavenly Bodies, and The Maid. I'm thrilled with the selection of books that we've chosen today, and I'm sure that I say this every month, but September I think is going to be a fantastic reading month. I'm really enjoying my reading right now. I've always been a reader, but I would say that some years I read more than others. But right now I'm definitely in a reading era. I'm for sure reading a lot more than I'm watching TV anyway. But I've just enjoyed so many of the books that I've read so far this year. Let me know, guys, what you have on your September TBR. I love to chat books. I could chat about them all day. So feel free to get in touch in the comments. Let me know what's on your TBR. Maybe you've read some of these books already and you want to let me know your thoughts. Please don't leave any spoilers, but you know, for sure reach out and have a chat, because I could talk anybody's head off about books. That's the reason that I started my channel in the first place. It's to have that community and that common interest with people. So yeah, that is everything for my September TBR video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button, because I would love to have you back. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy reading, guys.